Welcome back students. In this video, we will learn about the heterotrophic mode of nutrition in plants. It is a mode of nutrition in which the organisms are not able to manufacture their own food by themselves but obtain it in ready-made form from some already existing supply of food. Organisms showing such mode of nutrition are known as heterotrophs. So, in simple words, heterotrophic mode of nutrition is a mode of nutrition in which organism will not be able to make their food and they have to be dependent on other for their food. And the organism who will show this type of nutrition are known as heterotrophs. Heterotrophs are of three kinds: parasites, saprophytes, carnivorous or insectivorous plants. And in this video, we will learn about the parasites. These are such plants which obtain their food in ready-made form from other living plants. Those plants from which they obtain their food are known as host plant. So parasites will dependent on host plant for their food and for water and mineral supply. A very good example of total parasite is Cuscuta. It is also called dodder or amar pale. It is a flowering plant. It is quite common in host plants. The stem and branches of Cuscuta are pale yellow, thin and somewhat thread-like, and bear highly reduced scaly leaves. It coils around the host branches and does not have any connection with the soil. It sends out small root-like structure called hostoria. This hostoria is also called parasitic roots. It sends its hostorial roots into the host tissue. The hostoria penetrates into the host and make connection with the vascular tissue. Vascular tissue means the xylem and the phloem of the host and absorb water, minerals and organic food from that host tissue. So Cuscuta is a total parasite as it depends upon the host for both water, minerals and for organic food. It is a stem parasite as it sends the hostoria into the stem branches of the host. So Cuscuta will develop a kind of root which penetrate into the tissue of the host plant and will draw all the nutrients, water and food by sucking. The parasite are not completely equipped to prepare their food, hence such plants have dependent on host plant for nutrients. So these root will draw water and nourishment from the host tissue. So Cuscuta is a vascular plant. It grows on other plants by twining its young stem around the host stem, from which adventitious roots develop that finally penetrate through the stem of the host, establishing a relationship with its conducting elements. Conducting elements means xylem and phloem. Xylem will transport the water and phloem will transport the food into the plant. So these hostorial roots will have a connection with these conducting elements means xylem and phloem, and it will draw all the nutrients, water, food from the host tissue. So it depends on the host for food and nourishment. So it is a total parasite. It is a stem parasite. Okay. Now let us have another example. Orobanche is the total root parasite and grows on the root of brinjal, tobacco, and turnip. So Orobanche is a total root parasite. Cuscuta was a stem parasite. Cystanche are total root parasites and grows on the root of calotropis. So this is a plant of calotropis. So Cystangival grows on the roots of Calotropis plant. Now let us have another example of total root parasite, Rafflesia. Rafflesia is the world's largest, heaviest, rarest and one of the most stinkiest flower in the world. It is leafless, stemless, rootless parasitic plant. Rafflesia is known as queen of all parasitic organisms. It grows up to 3 feet in height and have weigh up to 12 kg. Rafflesia has thread-like structure to absorb water and nutrients from the host plant on which it lives. So this is also a total root parasite. Now we will talk about partial parasites or semi-parasite. Partial or semi, its name suggests that this parasite will depend on the host plant for one material. So viscum is a good example. They bear green leaves and can make their own food, but depends on the host plant for their water and mineral supply. A common example of this partial stem parasite is viscum, and it is also called mistletoe, which grows on the host tree of oak and walnut. The plant sends hostoria into the stem of the host. This makes connection with the xylem of the host stem, and from there it will absorb water and minerals. So these parasitic plants will send its hostorial roots into the stem of the host and will make connection with the xylem of the host, as it is depending on the host for only for water and minerals. So it will send its roots only in xylem tissue, because xylem tissue have a work of transportation of water throughout the plant body. So it will send its roots only in xylem tissue for taking water and minerals from the xylem. So Hostoria is a example of partial parasite or semi-parasite. So we learned about the total parasite. In total parasite we learned about Cuscuta and Dodo, and in total root parasite we learned about the Orobanchi, Cystanchi and Rafflesia, and in partial parasite we learned about the Viscum. So this is all about the parasite. In next video we will learn about the insectivorous plants and saprophyte. Thank you.